Okay, assalamu alaikum. Good evening, everyone who'll be watching later. Today, we've got a very, very special guest, someone that I've known for a very long time. And just when we were starting this conversation, I found that me and him actually started work together in the school, January 2015. So it goes a really long way. I mean, that's good 7 years that we've been actually with the organization, with the school, and we're still going very strong. And obviously, today is a very, very emotional day. We actually also said goodbye to our deputy principal. And without further ado, I want to introduce my guest. It's Mr. Mohsen, none other than our school accountant. And let me tell you one thing, if you really make this man upset, you will not be able to pay your bills. So, really show a lot of respect to him. So, inshallah, we pass on to Mr. Mohsen and ask him to tell us about the photo that we've got in the display.
Assalamu alaikum. How are you, Mr. Farhan?
Yeah, alhamdulillah, I'm very, very good.
Thank you for having me today. It was such a great opportunity to be with you. I love all your episodes. I think it's very, very good idea because, as I said before, we have no time to know anything about each other. So, Jazakallah khairan, you're doing a very good job to get us to know more about each other.
Wayakum. Tell us about your photo, Mr. Mohsen.
This photo, it was at my grandparents' house. I'm not really sure how old I was, maybe 4 or 5 years old, but I can remember the color of my pajama. It was green color, and the three balloons, one of them was yellow, one was purple, and one was either orange or red.
Well, mashallah, you know what? The accountant needs a very close attention to detail. You still remember the colors, and that's called attention to
Yeah,
detail.
yeah, I still remember the colors. Yeah.
No, look, it's a pleasure. Tell us about yourself. You know, I want to ask you those three important questions that I ask everyone. Tell us
Mhm.
about, well, what do you know really well? You know, we all know something well. We're humans. Again, we don't know everything well, but we like to say we know things well. People come to us for those sort of things. Tell us what you know well.
Can you just please explain more the question?
Yeah, you know how we all know things that we say, "Oh, look, I know this well." I people come to me when they need something, and they say, "Oh, look, I am the person that they should come to." So, what do you think you know really well?
It's a very tricky question, Mr. Farhan. Honestly. Okay, I think I would say I am a good person in terms of how to give an advice to someone. Usually, I am not really much talker. I would love to listen more than I talk. Even all my friends, they know that about me. So when I listen to something, I take good attention to all the small details, and then I can make a decision. I give you a good advice, and yeah, and
Well,
also I have what do you call it, the sixth sense. Yeah, like if I would say I'm not feeling comfortable to something, believe me, with the time, you will know that I was right.
you know what? You're so right. The Arabic word firasa, which you have, which was Omar ibn Khattab, was
Yeah,
actually known for this. You're right. The
yeah.
intuition that you know something is not sitting right, and it will not be right later on. And you,
Even when it comes to the people, Mr. Farhan, like for example, if you come to say me, I like this guy, and I said no, he's not good, and you can have a big argument with me. How come you say that? He does this to me, he does that to me, he's very good, and maybe after years you will come back to say I was right.
well, you know what? It's good to know. Next time, if I want some advice, I'm definitely coming to you.
You are welcome, Mr. Farhan.
Well, you know what? I see something in the background, and I think you know that really well. And let me tell you, people don't know those are guitars at the back, which I can see. And Mr. Mohsen, mashallah, you've got guitars over there. I think you know something really well, that is playing guitars.
It's an old hobby, Mr. Farhan. At my house in Egypt, we have a grand piano, and we used to play music when we were kids, my brother and I. And since then, yeah, I play piano, I play guitar. I started to learn guitar when I was at the uni, but piano, I played piano since I was, I would say, 10 or 11 years old. This black guy, sorry, they both black. The first one is acoustic guitar, and the other one is a new arrival. I just got it last week. It's a classic guitar. There is no really big difference between them. Yeah, it's like I would say there is pros and cons in every type of those guitars. At the end of the day, they are guitars, but everyone has a special use. Like Spanish, the acoustic guitar, you can just play Spanish music when you come to play like merengue or bossa nova, tango. The strongs are the chords are very strong when you play the chords, especially when you link it to amplifier or speakers. It gives you very strong sound. And classic guitar, it's like classic. You play soft music, you play soft chords. It's like that. Yeah.
Well, you know what? I can tell you what, you are an expert. Whatever you said, I did not get half of it, but
And
I
also
know.
there is another difference with the size. The acoustic guitar is a bigger size, and the strings are made from metal. Classic guitar is smaller size, and the strings are made from nylon, so it's soft on your fingers. And that's why we advise children when they want to learn the guitar to start with classic because it doesn't hurt their fingers.
Oh, interesting. See, I actually didn't know that. And is that right? The question I have now in terms of guitars, it's one of the most hardest instrument to learn.
It is. It is. Yeah. Yeah. It needs lots and lots of practice. Yeah. I know some people. My childhood friend, he's here in Australia as well. We came together. I remember once he told me he's practicing every day at least 5 hours. He's better than me, beyond better than me. And when I asked him, he said he's practicing at least 5 hours every day.
So it does take a lot of practice. You know what they say, practice makes perfect,
Next
but
step.
it's not
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
little practice. This is
Yeah.
5 hours a
Yeah.
day. That's a lot of
Yeah.
commitment.
For me, actually, nowadays, I really have no time. If you remember, the other day we were talking about that there is no time, the time flies, and it's not just about the school and our work at the school. We have things in our life, and I don't know, just the time really flies very quickly.
Yeah, you're 100% right. I can see a visitor going upstairs. There's a little cat upstairs. So that seems like you also have some pets in the house as well.
This is Leo, the ginger one. Yeah, I have two cats. This is Leo, ginger, and here is another one.
Oh, there it is. Yes.
Yeah, this is Ash, the gray one, and I've got my dog here, Buddy.
Oh,
Buddy, say hi. This is Buddy. Yeah, I love pets, Mr. Farhan. I
is
love
that
pets.
is that a German Shepherd?
He is German Shepherd. Yeah.
Oh,
So
and
you are from Pakistan. I am from Egypt. Buddy is from Germany.
that's right.
Yeah.
Well, look, I've heard these German Shepherds are very faithful dog. Is that right? I've actually never had a dog, but I know they're very faithful.
He's always happy to see me, and yeah, he has like this sense when he sees me happy, he's happy. When he sees me upset or sad, he comes to sit under my feet. He doesn't want to play. He doesn't want to do anything because he feels I am not really happy. Uh, yeah, we have very good communication. Subhanallah.
No, it's amazing as you said. Like even the animals understand. Sometimes the humans don't understand
Yeah,
what we're
exactly.
feeling, But see,
exactly.
animals, they understand what
Yeah,
we're
they are
going through.
very sensitive, Mr. Farhan, and so gentle souls.
No, that's so good. Look, I'm learning so much about you. You're surprising me at every point of your life.
No, thank you so much, Mr.
You
Farhan.
know, I
Like,
remember
I'm a
you
very
said
humble person.
no. Yeah, I remember the other day you said such a profound thing that we are so invested in work, and the day starts and we're so busy. We come back home and the day finishes and we go back to the same routine, and we don't have time to even see what other people are doing. And
Yeah,
so
yeah,
rightly said.
yeah. Especially when you have bad days, busy days, people sometimes they take a bad impression about you, and yeah, yeah, always no time.
Oh, look, tell us from that. I move on to the second question,
Yeah,
and a very important question is that we all want to learn something, and we all say, you know what, I want to do this, and I'm not finding time. What is something you would say that you really want to do, and you're not finding time for it?
okay. In fact, I love learning, Mr. Farham. If the time would go back and I have enough and free time in my life, I wouldn't spend one day without learning new things. Yeah, I love learning stuff. Nowadays, I'm trying to learn graphic design. And also, before COVID, I wanted to learn how to make poultry.
Yes.
And it was really easy. Like, I booked a course here in Campbelltown, where I live, and I Googled about the machine. It's not that expensive. It's maybe the best one costs you $1,000. So you get the machine, you get the clays, and just you do things, touches and things. I love to do that.
You know what? You're such a hands-on person. Guitar going back to hands, and piano going back to hands, and pottery as well going back to your hands again. So you
And
like to work with your hands and do things with your hands.
things would make me relax. Like, for example, I love to play snooker. So
Oh,
I, I
very
play
good.
I play snooker a lot, a lot.
Who's your favorite player? I played a lot of snooker back in UK.
O'Neill, O'Neill, I love O'Neill. Um, I play snooker at least once a week,
Well,
maybe
you're
twice.
such an Australian person. You said O'Neill.
Ah, yeah, O'Neill. So
I was thinking
snooker,
you would say
snooker
Ronnie
helps me.
O'Sullivan.
Yeah, it helps me to relax and have a clear vision when I think of something. That's why I love to play snooker.
You know what?
And
Me and
and
you,
and this is an open invitation to anyone. If he wants to have a game with me, I'm very happy to do that.
let's have a game. Ronnie O'Sullivan versus O'Neill.
Yeah, anytime. I would love to do that. Of
Well,
course.
I'm actually not like Ronnie O'Sullivan, but I actually like his game. I
Mm,
played snooker when I was young. As you
mm.
know, I'm turning 100 years old now, and I also I played. I really enjoyed it. You're right. It gives you vision, and it clears. There's so much into snooker as well. You're thinking strategically about the red balls, about the next color to come. It's a very, very interesting game. I quite enjoyed it when I used to play it.
Yeah, yeah. It's like some sort of addiction, but healthy addiction.
It is. It's good. I remember those days. I mean, now you've brought all those memories back when I used to go and play. And it's also a very expensive hobby as well because not cheap to play snooker.
Actually, I play here in Campbelltown, where I live, in the RSL. It's for free. I don't pay anything, and it's always quiet there.
Also,
So
you're
it's no
because
pressure.
you're a member of RSL.
Yeah.
Back in our days, we used to. It was 5 pence per minute.
Ah, okay. All right.
5 pence per minute.
Yeah, yeah,
So we had no membership. We would just play per minute.
yeah, yeah. In Egypt, also, you have to pay money to play pool or snooker. It's not for free. And I would love to have a snooker table here at home, but I have no place for it. Snooker, it's really big
It's a
table,
big table, yeah.
comparing to a pool one. So I don't have a space for that.
It's a 12 feet to 15 feet table. That's a really big
Yeah,
table. You're
approximately.
right.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Well, tell us, you've really surprised us a lot. Maybe I'm wondering to hear more surprising facts. Tell us something very surprising about you that no one knows. Today we learned you're a guitarist, and today we also learned you can also do pottery. You're a snooker player, and you're great at playing pianos as well. You have so many skills, mashallah. Surprise us more. So what is something that people don't know about you?
People they don't know about me. People they don't know about me. Yeah, I don't know. I think people they don't know I have a son who is 16 years old and daughter she's 14 years old. I think,
Mashallah, you've got teenage children as well. There
yeah.
you go. You don't even look that old.
I am 45, Mr. Farhan.
Although you're a young person, you've got really grown up children,
Yeah,
mashallah.
thank you. Thank you.
Well, look, it was a pleasure to speak to you. You're such a great person, and we'll learn so
Yes.
much about you.
Thank you so
You know,
much. Thank you.
and tell us something. We would like an advice. We all are in those times. As you know, things were getting better. Now we're hearing again a new kind of strand is coming, and God forbid, Allah forbid, that we don't go back into these lockdown again, and we start thinking about those days again. Give us some advice. We're all looking for that. And today was an emotional day as well, as I said early today, because we said goodbye to our deputy principal as well. Maybe he will be also watching. Maybe you could also give him a message and also give us an advice.
Mm. Okay. Advice. The family is the unconditional love. Do you not love anyone or anything more than your family? And this is also how I teach my son. Maybe I say that to him every day. Don't ever love anyone more than your mom and your sister. Um, be always a giver. Don't expect to take back. And don't fight for any hopeless case. Even if you believe in it, don't fight for it.
MashaAllah, there's some great advices there. You want to say something to Mr. Apostolu?
Mr. Apostolo, I have a great respect for him, and I believe he knows that. He knows that. And I'm really sad to see him leaving, but I'm wishing him all the best in his life. And he has to know that always, always he has friends and has a family in AIA.
Thank you so much. Such great words there. Now comes the fun part. A fun part, not really for a lot of people, but for me, because I get to sit and listen to the question and not answer, and you will have to answer this question. So, inshallah, what I'll do is I'll play that quiz, and after that, I'll give you enough chance to answer that question. So, I'll place myself on mute, and I'll take the photo off, and I'll just share the quiz now with you. There we go. So the quiz is called Who is the Thief? Now you need to watch very carefully and listen to it, and I'll come back to you after the quiz is over.
All right.
Anne had to leave her apartment due to some urgent matter. Before heading out, she hid some money under the kitchen mat. When she returned, the money was gone. There were 3 people in her apartment while she was away. Her neighbor was fixing her TV. A housekeeper was cleaning the place up. And a painter was painting the walls in the living room. So, who took the money? You have 10 seconds to find the thief.
So who do you think took the money?
The painter.
The painter. All right, let's see if that's the right answer.
It was the housekeeper, of course. She was the only one who had any reason to lift the mat up.
Yeah, true. True.
She is the only one to have the reason to lift the mat up.
Yeah.
It's been such a delight, Mr. Mohsen. And you know what? As I said when I started, we've been together for so long. But today, I tell you what, I will learn so much about you. And you taught me so much that, it's only that little minutes or those little moments that you need to spend with someone to know who that person is. And we
Yeah,
need to
thank you.
we need to always find that time to
Thank you.
go around and talk to
Thank you.
people.